everybody, so today I'm going to be doing my May wrap-up and my April TBR. So first I'm going to start off with the books I've read in May, and then I will be doing the books that I'm hoping to read in April. So May was actually the month where I had a lot of my finals, and so I'm actually really surprised that I got 5 books done in the month of May. That is like crazy. So the first book that I read in the month of May is actually a book that I don't have, and I don't even remember the title of because I read it for my Russian history class and it was so boring. I think it's called A Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. I think that's what it's called, but it's not good. Don't read it. It's so boring. If you're looking for a book that is kind of based in Russia and actually like based on Russian history, this is the book that you need. It's called Fathers and Sons by Ivan Turgenev, and this book is so good. Basically, it's about an older generation, you know, juxtaposed to a newer generation. So the older generation is kind of more for fixing the problems that are there, but not completely like revolutionizing everything. And then the newer generation kind of identifies with the nihilist sort of complex, and it is so interesting just to see these, you know, younger characters who are in their 20s and then the older characters who are more in their 40s, and it's so good. I mean, seriously, this book, you need to check it out. Please do it. So the second book I finished in May was Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. So I don't really want to go too much into this book because I actually made a video about Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and I have a non-spoilery review on Goodreads for Crooked Kingdom, but basically this is a continuation of Six of Crows. So if you liked Six of Crows, you're going to love Crooked Kingdom. It was amazing. Seriously, please read this book. It was so good. The next book I read was We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, and this book was so good. I have read a book of Nina LaCour's before, and that was Everything Leads to You, and that was so good. So this is a own voices novel, as it is women loving women, and I love it. It is so small, and all you really need to know is that it's about a girl, and she's left her hometown after something very tragic happened to her, and this book is basically a year later where her friend is coming to see her again, and it transpires from there, and it is so good. You don't need to know too much about this novel going into it. It's so short, it's so good, and I loved it so much. It was amazing. The next book I read was Always and Forever Lara Jean by Jenny Han. So if you haven't read the first 2 books, which are To All the Boys I Loved Before and P.S. I Still Love You, then I can't really say too much about this book. However, as a conclusion, it was so good. I loved it. I was so happy with the way this concluded. However, I do wish that there was one more book because I really want to see Lara Jean in college. However, it's okay. I'm not mad. I still love this book, and it was such a great conclusion, and I love this trilogy. It's so good. If you haven't somehow read To All the Boys I Loved Before, what are you doing? You need to read it. And then the last book that I read in May was Eliza and Her Monsters, and I got this book in my Owl Crate for May, and this book was so good. I swear, this was so good. Basically, this book is about a girl, and she has an online graphic novel that she writes, and she is very popular online. Everyone loves her graphic novel, but no one knows who she actually is because she keeps herself anonymous online. And then one day at school, a boy comes into her class, and he's new at school, and guess what? He is a big fan of her graphic novel. And so everything transpires from there. It is so good. This is actually a specific cover for Owl Crate, and it is gorgeous. And if you don't know what's different, it's the color of the font. This was on the other side on the original cover, and then these 2 characters are actually flipped on the original cover. So it is different than the original cover, I promise. It's different, and I love it. I mean, if you're a fan of Fangirl or Geekerella or books like those, right up your alley. Alright, so that was my May wrap-up, and on to my June TBR. So for June, I'm thinking of doing about 4 or 5 books. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. But the first book I'm hoping to finish is Empire of Storms. I started this book in May and I kind of lost steam with it. I'm on page 212, so I'm pretty far into it. I mean, it is a very long book, but I'm pretty far into it. And basically this is the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series. I don't know how much I want to finish this book. We'll see. I'm hoping just to get rid of it, like just to be done with this series. I mean, I still love it, but this book is kind of letting me down compared to Queen of Shadows, which was amazing. But I kind of just wish I had an entire book of Manon. Like, can I just have an entire book of Manon? Thanks. I would love that. The next book I'm hoping to read in June is The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye, and this book is set in Russia, which is obviously one of my favorite settings ever. I love reading about Russia, and this is kind of like a historical fantasy sort of novel, and basically it's about these two enchanters and they are going to battle against each other to become the main enchanter for the Tsar. And that's all I know about it. I am super excited. I have seen this book hyped up so hard on Twitter and I am so ready to read it. Like, I'm so ready. The next 2 books I'm hoping to read in June are actually 2 books, and it is Frozen and Stolen, both by Melissa De La Cruz and Michael Johnston. So basically Frozen is a dystopian novel set in Las Vegas, or what they call New Vegas. I don't know if it's actually set in Las Vegas, but it's called New Vegas, so I'm thinking it's set in Las Vegas. And basically New Vegas has frozen over, and it is still a site of debauchery and betting and all that good stuff that comes with Las Vegas is in New Vegas, but just in a frozen setting. So I actually got this book from the 99-cent store and this book from the Dollar Tree, so it's actually kind of a cool find. They're different covers, but that doesn't really bother me too much. I'm really excited to have these 2 books. There's a 3rd book that I can't remember the name of, but if I like these 2 first books enough, then I will get the 3rd one. They're a little short, so I'm hoping that they'll go by really quickly, and I love Melissa De La Cruz. I've never read anything from Michael Johnston, but I'm really excited to read something from him, and these books look super, super interesting. The last book that I'm hoping to finish in June is actually one that I have on my phone, and if you didn't know, I film on my phone, so I can't exactly show you the book, but I'm hoping that I can put in the cover somewhere at this time. And the book is called Inherited by Frida Matthews, and it is so, so, so good. If you want to buy it, it is 99 cents right now for the Kindle on Amazon, so check it out. It is so good. Basically, it is about a girl, and she is a pirate, and she is tasked with defeating this curse with 7 other people who have the same curse, and they all have a mark on their arm showing that they are part of that curse. And I am so loving it right now. I'm actually about 150 or so pages into the book already, and I am blown away. It is so good. It makes me want to read 100 pirate books. So if you have pirate recommendations of any kind, let me know, because I am super down for the pirates. Anyway, that was my May wrap-up and my June TBR, so if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I try to make new videos every Sunday. Sometimes it's more than that, sometimes it's just every Sunday. You never really know with me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Let me know down below what you read in May and what you're hoping to read in June, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!